Susan Pittser here with Tupperware, and I want to show you our stack cooker. I'm going to show you a really quick, easy meal that you can make, and you can cook 3 levels at the same time. This is going to be the Mexican casserole with rice, and then we're going to do an apple crisp on the top, and we're going to cook all of that at once in only 25 minutes in the microwave, which is fabulous, especially during the hot summer months when you don't want to heat up the house with the oven. You've got your complete meal ready in about 25 minutes. We've got the different pieces here. We've got the colander, and then we've got the shallow casserole, and then we've got the deeper 3-quart casserole dish, and then also we have the cover, and we're going to stack these 3 layers together whenever we get ready to do the complete meal. But first, I'm going to show you how you can brown your ground beef in the microwave. And it's about 5 minutes per pound. Depending on your microwave, it might take a little bit more or a little bit less. But it's super easy. And we use the colander to put the meat in, so it's gonna automatically drain all the juices below it, which is fabulous, because sometimes that's one of the most frustrating things, is trying to drain the ground beef after you've cooked it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Super easy. And then one more thing I want to mention, it comes with this cone, and this piece you can use in the bottom, and you can make a bundt cake, and those take 9 to 11 minutes, super fast compared to baking in the oven. Typically a bundt cake in the oven takes about 45 minutes. So whenever you've got 9 to 11 minutes and you've got a sweet treat ready to go, no heating up your house, no preheating, lots of positives with that. You can also use the cone in the colander section and stack it on top of your bottom casserole. And you can make a meatloaf ring around that cone, and it takes about 20 to 25 minutes to cook, and you can do a meatloaf in your microwave. But first we're gonna get started. So I'm just gonna take these 2 pieces. I've got the deepest and then the colander. And then I've got 1 pound of ground beef. I'm just gonna put that in there. And you can kind of break it apart with a spatula just to get it started. I'll show you what that looks like. And then I'm going to cook this with some onion, so I stuck a half an onion in here, about a medium size. And one of my favorite kitchen tools is this Power Chef. See how quickly that just chops it up. I'm going to go a little bit finer because I've got little ones that will be eating this. And the cool thing, if you like super fine chopped onion or chopped vegetables, this will go as fine as you want to keep chopping. I'm just going to add that to the meat. You can do it with or without the onion, just your preference on that. And I'm going to add that to it. And then I'm going to put the cover over. And then we're going to put that in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to check it and see what we have. I'm going to add the onion. I've chopped up about a medium onion in here. Just get that out with our super handy spatula. And just kind of mix that in. Set that aside, and I will show you what we have. And I'm going to put that in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then I'll be back and show you the results. Okay, our timer went off on our ground beef, so we're going to check that. Show you what we've got. Spatula. Always open away. I know I've said it before, but you don't want to get steamed in the face. Smells really good. And that's what we've got, our brown ground beef and the onions, and I'm just going to break it apart. If you're cooking up ground beef that you want to do for like tacos or something like that, you can actually put this after it's cooked back in your Power Chef and pull the cord 2 or 3 times and it breaks it down into nice even pieces. Okay, so to finish the recipe, we're gonna take the ground beef. I'm gonna pour it out of the colander into the base, but first I'm gonna drain all the liquids down below it, all the grease and nasty yucky stuff that came out when we were cooking. It's amazing how much is on that, no matter how lean that beef. So much easier to drain it completely, and you know, much healthier eating. So I'm gonna put that in the base now. Just kind of break that up there. If you like it finer, like I say, you can always put it back in your Power Chef and chop it into nice, super fine ground beef. So there you go, got it all broken apart. And I'm going to add a can of cream of chicken soup. Spatulas are so nice to help get everything out of your cans. And then I'm going to add diced green chilies. You can also use Rotel if you prefer that. I really like the flavor of the green chili, so I like it with the green chilies in this recipe. And then I have 2 flour tortillas that I've just cut up, and just cut those all into little pieces. And I'm just going to mix that in. Put that in there as well, and then just stir these ingredients together. I'll show you. Mix that well, and you can add salt and pepper to season, you know, according to your taste. Sprinkle some salt on it. I forgot to add to the ground beef. A lot of times I'll put that on before I cook the ground beef, but I forgot this time. And then show you what I have there. And we're going to cover this with cheese. So you can use 1 or 2 cups of cheese, however much cheese you like. There's not really a right or wrong, and I don't know, there's not really too much cheese. I'm just going to add a couple of handfuls of cheese in that layer. And then just kind of level it out in there. Show you what we have. And so that's our bottom layer. Got a little bit messy there, so I'm going to just wipe that off of that top rim. So our bottom section, the 3-quart casserole, is ready to go. And now I'm going to put in the smaller casserole. Set that right on top of it. And I've got 2 cups of minute rice, and I've got some seasoning. You can use your Southwest Chipotle or whatever flavors that you like. I'm going to pour that in. And then add 1 can of chicken broth. I'm going to add a little salt to that as well. On the rice layer, you'll just simply mix it well till everything's in the water. None of your dry rice is floating up above. And then I'm going to rinse this top cover out because I got a little bit of the grease in there whenever I was doing the beef. With the top layer, we're going to make a apple crisp. So we're going to have your casserole and your rice, and then we're going to have dessert. You could also, on the top layer, if you didn't want to do a dessert, you could do another vegetable as well. And once we get all this put together, we're gonna cook it in the microwave for 20 minutes and then check it there and see if it's done. Okay, so I sliced up about 3 of your just small apples, and I didn't even peel them. I just left the peeling on. You can peel them if you prefer, but fill that container, and then we're gonna make a topping to go over that. And we're also put that in there, and then I've got, oops, we've got caramel syrup. So I'm gonna drizzle some of that on top of the apples, so you know it's gonna be good. Drizzle some of that, and then I'm gonna make the topping. Got a stick of butter I'm gonna melt, and then 3/4 of a cup of flour, 3/4 a cup of brown sugar, and 3/4 a cup of oatmeal. Mix that together, and I'm gonna put that crumble mixture on top here in just a moment. Okay, I've melted my stick of butter, and I'm gonna put the topping together. And so I'm gonna add my flour, 3/4 a cup, and then I already measured out my oatmeal and brown sugar. Same measurements, 3/4 a cup. Easy to remember. Mix that together before I put the butter on top. Just kind of get it kind of intermingled. And then just stir in your butter. Now these little Lassa bowls, so handy. Now I'm just going to spread that on top. Drizzle just a little bit more caramel. This is going to go in the microwave. I'll show you up close. But we're going to put that in the microwave for 20 minutes, and then I'll check it, and it should cook our complete meal all at once, which is awesome. And I'll be back. Okay, our timer is just almost done. We've got just a few more seconds left, and this is our stat cooked meal, and 20 minutes in the microwave. Depending on your microwave, it might take a little, a few more minutes, but I think mine's like a 1,000-watt microwave, and usually that's pretty standard, but they'll adjust from microwave to microwave. So there's our timer. Sit down out of here. And one thing about a stat cooker, it has the handles here, and they actually stay cool to the touch. So even though everything inside is incredibly hot, those won't burn you, so always grab it by the handles. And on top, see if you can see that apple crisp. Everything smells delicious. And I'll show you what we have. Here's the apple crisp. And then our rice. And then we've got our Mexican casserole. Super quick. Everything's ready all at the same time. Fast, easy, and that's our Tupperware stat cooker.